Politicians. They saw people beaten, saw people stripped, saw people robbed, saw them in poverty, but said, no, I can't touch him. It's an election year. Politicians passed them by. Said, no, I'm not going to do anything about it. That's not a part of my voting block. No, I'm not going to touch him. He's not in my donor list. And the politicians left this young black boy on the side of the road. If that were not bad enough, right after he was left on the side of the road, the gospel shared with us, a preacher passed him by. God help me, where was the preacher going that he couldn't help somebody who was injured? He said, I can't help him. I'm one of the 100 preachers going to meet with Donald Trump. I can't go meet with a little boy who doesn't have any money. The preacher passed him by. How did you pass him by? The preacher passed him by, said, I can't do street ministry. I got to run and get on my private jet. I don't have time to reach those who are beaten and left on the side of the road. And here comes a good Samaritan. Somebody who doesn't live in their community. Somebody who is not amongst them. And he picks them up. And the Bible records he pours oil on him. Puts bandages on him. Hear me, and doesn't know him. He doesn't know him, but he expresses the real love of Christ and the testimony of Martin Luther King Jr. He takes him down to Embassy Suites, checks him into the hotel, and says, put all of the charges on me. I know he doesn't know how to do it by himself, but I'll raise him up so he'll be able to stand up and give Dr. King's speech from Oslo. I know other people will throw him away, but I see value and virtue and future in this boy's life, and so I'll put a tie on him when the rest of America will throw him away. He says, I want to demonstrate what love is by taking care of somebody who's been wounded, somebody who's been beaten, somebody who's been thrown away. That's what Dr. King admonished us to do. Love those who turn on fire hoses. Love those who release barking dogs. Love those who don't call you sir and ma'am. Love those who don't appreciate the quality of your character. Love those who can only see the color of your skin. Our commandment is to love even the least of these. Love your enemies because they don't know they're helping you. Because the Lord says, I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. If you didn't have any enemies, you can't get a table. So you got to thank God for every enemy you have. That's why y'all sold out the tables this morning, because we had so many enemies. Love those who don't believe that you can come anything, knowing that I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Love those that talk about you. You can talk about me as much as you please, but I'll talk about you on bended knee. Love those who try to hold up your progress, because you remember they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength and mount up on wings as eagles. Love those who try to shut doors on you, but they don't know if it's not that door, there's another door down the hall. Love those. Oh, Negro spiritual, we don't sing anymore. It says, I want to treat everybody right. You got to love people because you don't know who God is going to use. I graduated from Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, graduated from Duke University in Durham, North Carolina, but all of that is my New Testament. I failed the 11th grade, got kicked out of high school, had to go get a GED, got into Morehouse on probation. And my high school guidance counselor told my parents I wasn't college material. Put me in the military so I can get some discipline. Put me in Job Corps. Maybe I'll get myself myself together, but I had a praying mother. They said, you don't know the promise over my child's life. And can I tell you, St. Petersburg, that same guidance counselor that didn't think I was going to be anything is now an usher at my church. When God is with you, it don't matter who's against you. I love you, St. Petersburg. I love you, Tampa. I love you, LBGT community.